Hi, my name is Sarish Sudhakaran, and in this video, we'll analyze the cinematography of Jeff Cronenweth. The goal is to break down his techniques so you have a starting place to learn more about his work. You probably know Jeff's father, Jordan Cronenweth, was a cinematographer of Blade Runner. What you probably don't know is Jeff's grandfather, William Edward Cronenweth, won an Oscar in 1941 for photography, the last time they gave an Academy Award for it. Jeff, with his brother Tim, has made countless commercials and music videos for the biggest names in the business. You could call the Cronenweths one of the first cinematography dynasties ever. To top it all off, Jeff also worked for a long time with Sven Nykvist. Need I say more? Today, Jeff Cronenweth is mostly known for his unique cinematography for David Fincher's movies. Fincher's style involves crisp, clinical images shot on RED cameras, 5 or 6K frames cropped and stabilized with fluid camera movements, super shallow depth of field, and most importantly, the green-yellow tone that pervades almost every frame. It would be a mistake to assume this is Cronenweth's style as well, because he also has shot movies that don't follow this pattern, like Hitchcock, Man and Beast, Down with Love, and so on. When it comes to lighting for Fincher, Jeff Cronenweth has to account for 2 cameras, sometimes placed far apart. This means the sets are first top lit using either practical sources or fixtures that complement practicals. The light falls off into the background and he lets actors move in and out of the shadows. The faces are often underexposed, sometimes by 2 to 3 stops. Yet you'll see a lot of hair and kicker light action to pull the main characters from the background. He might also rake lights across backgrounds to bring out the texture of the walls and surfaces. Finally, to see the actor's eyes, he uses eye lights, many times fixed to the top of the matte box. He likes kino flows, which he diffuses depending on the shot, sometimes even by wrapping it in muslin. He also uses LEDs a lot. The color tone you see in Fincher's movies are mostly achieved on location, with careful consideration to production design and wardrobe. But most importantly, both Fincher and Cronenweth dials in the white balance for each scene separately. Sometimes he uses CTB or CTO filters on the camera itself. The most interesting thing visually is the use of a combination of warm and cool sources. There's usually a warm and blue component that adds mystery and tension to what is otherwise possibly a mundane shot. Finally, most of Fincher's movies are graded on Quantel Rio systems at Light Iron by the same colorist, Ian Verdowick. You could say the visual similarity of Fincher's movies is a combination of the collaborations of many individuals, but is certainly Fincher's style. He prefers a realistic and moody frame motivated by what's really there on set, but it must be visually interesting. On some productions, you can see Cronenweth is clearly influenced by Fincher's style, or maybe this is just a result of the frenzy that followed the release of The Matrix. On other movies, and even on his commercials and music videos, Jeff utilizes every style of lighting to stand out in this cutthroat business. He loves to front light his subjects, called the paramount light, either shadowless, soft, or even hard. The near shadowless light makes all the celebrities look good. He is also sometimes influenced by the style of his father and is not averse to trying interesting effects. The practicals in the background motivate hair and rim lights. If you have watched other videos in the series, you'll find a striking similarity in this style and the work of Gordon Willis. The contrast ratio is high, and he often uses lenses wide open. He uses all kinds of focal lengths, but with Fincher stays within the wide to mid-range. He used to use Arri Master Primes, but has migrated to Leica in Gone Girl because it covered the larger sensor. The common element to both lenses is their clinical look. Lastly, my personal favorite is the way Jeff Cronenweth lights night scenes. He has to get practicals toned down with different bulbs so he can balance exposure. Using digital cameras allows him to see into the shadows, and his night shots have a vividness and drama we expect from night. I hope this brief video makes you curious enough to learn more about the brilliant cinematography of Jeff Cronenweth, who has been already nominated for 2 Academy Awards and has somehow managed to find a style unique enough to earn him a permanent place in the Hall of Great Cinematographers. and his career is still going strong, so we can expect great things from him in the future. The best way to learn more about him is to watch his movies and from his interviews in the American Cinematographer magazine and elsewhere. If there's a favorite cinematographer whose work you want analyzed, let me know. To see more videos like this one, please subscribe. There are lots more on the way. Bye now.